Hi friends, this is Bakappa. Welcome to JavaScript tutorial full course. You can find all the exercise which we have done in the JavaScript tutorial full course. You can simply go to the google.com and search for the Bakappa in GitHub. Go to the my GitHub page and here over repositories, you can simply search for the JavaScript tutorial full course. So in the first two folders, you'll be seeing all the examples which we have discussed in the VS Code, and you will be finding another text file. So in that text file, it contains all the examples which we have discussed in the terminal and as well as in the web browser console. Hi friends, this is Bakappa. So far you have seen how to get started with the JavaScript, and you have seen how to work with the strings, numbers, booleans, variables, and also you have seen how to work with the arrays, objects, and how to create them, how to access the elements of the arrays. And also you have seen how to work with the operators and control statements such as if else conditions, and how to work with the switch statement, how to create the ternary operator. So all those things you have seen so far. In this chapter 4 of JavaScript beginners full course, you are going to see iterating with the loops, sets, and maps. So firstly you are going to see about the for loop, and here you will be seeing multiple ways of accessing the list of elements by using the for loop or for each loop or for off loop. And also we are going to see while loop, do while loop, how you can run a block of code until a specified condition is true. And we are going to see also about the sets, how you can create a set and how you can add elements to the set, and what are the different ways of accessing the elements of the set. And finally we are going to see about the map in the JavaScript. So we are going to create a map and we are going to add the key value pair elements and how you can access the key value pair by using the for each loop, iterator approach, and also we have discussed how you can access the key value pair by using the entries approach. In this JavaScript tutorial, we are going to see loops in JavaScript. So let's understand why we need to use the for loop in the JavaScript. So when you are having an array that contains list of values or the list of elements, if you want to access all the values from the particular array, you can use the for loop. So this is the syntax, guys. You need to start with the for keyword and inside the brackets. Firstly, you need to initialize the variable value. Then you need to write the condition, and then you can increment or decrement the value. So this particular for loop will be executed till this condition is true. If this condition is false, simply it comes out of this particular for loop. So here you can write the all the code inside the for loop. Till this condition returns you the true, it will execute all the code whatever you have written inside the for loop. Now coming to the examples. In the example 1, we are going to see very basic example. In the example 2, we will create a new array and we will print all the values from the array by using the for loop. And in the example 3, we are going to iterate the array by using the for off loop. So basically you are seeing the two ways to access the all the values from the particular array. One is by using the for loop and second one is for off loop in the JavaScript. Now I will navigate to the VS Code. So let's create a quickly here java.js file. So simply I will click on this new file and here I'll create a one .js file. Here I'll say for loop underscore 4.1. Then I will say .js. So that's it. I have created the JavaScript file. Now, so what I will do is here, simply I will create a one for loop. So if you look at this particular for loop, so firstly we are using the let. So here we are creating the one variable and we are assigning the value to that particular variable. So this variable name can be anything. And after that, here we are writing the condition. If index value is less than the array. So here I will add as of now some value 10 so that this particular loop will run 10 times. So firstly we are initializing the variable value, then here we are writing the condition. So we are checking index value is less than the 10 or not. If index value is less than the 10, till that time this particular for loop will be running. And then here we are incrementing the index variable value every time. So let me delete this line now. So simply I will use here console.log and I will print the index value. So that's it. So let me explain you once again. So firstly we are initializing the variable value, then here we are writing the condition, then here we are incrementing the index value. So firstly index value will be 0, then it comes inside this for loop. So it basically checks the condition, is 0 is less than 10 or not, yes, then it will comes inside the for loop and it will prints the index value, that is a 0, and here we have the incremented operator, right? So it will increment the index value. So previously it was 0, now this time index value will be 1. So here there is a condition, it checks 1 is less than 10, yes, then it will come inside this for loop and it will print 1, and it runs till the index value is 10. Whenever index value is reaches to the 10, is less than 10, no, simply it comes out of the this particular for loop. That means it prints from 0 to the 9 because only 10 times this particular for loop will be running. So based on this particular condition. So let's run the program, and here you will be seeing the output. If you see here, so firstly it is printing 0, then 1 and 2 and so on till it is running the index value is, whenever index value is 9, it is running till that. Whenever index value is 10, it is basically checking this particular condition. Then it is coming out of this particular for loop. So that's all about the basic example for the for loop in the JavaScript. Now let's create a simple array here. So here I'll say let, followed by that I'll say variable name as colors. So here I'm adding total 4 color names. So firstly I'll say white, and then I'll say red, then I'll say blue. You can add a number of values here in this array, so that's not an issue. Then here I'll say green. So right now I'm adding only 4 elements or 4 values into the colors array. So that's it guys. Now we have created array, and let's use the for loop. By using the for loop, we will print all the values from the array. Now here I'll say for. That's it guys. Now what I will do is here simply once again I will start the let, and index I will assign it as 0. So this condition we have to write it properly. So I want to run this particular for loop till end of the this particular array size, right? So here I will take this array and simply I will paste it here. So as I said, array's index starts with the 0. So that's the reason I'm starting this index value with the 0. Then I'm running till the array's length. That is a less than the length we are running it. Then simply we are incrementing the index value. Then here we have to use the arrays, that is array, that is a colors, and inside this simply we have to pass the index. So index value we can get it by using the index variable, right? Whenever index is 0, so it gets this particular colors of index. So let's say index value is 0 and colors of index 0, it gets this particular element. Whenever index value is incrementing, and it will start pointing to the next value in this particular array, and so on. That's how it happens. So this particular for loop, it runs till the last element of the array. So here I will use console.log to print the value of this particular array elements. So that's it guys. And before this I will here add one console.log. Just I want to separate this particular output. So that's it guys. Now Let me summarize what we have done. We have created a new array and we are printing all the array elements by using the for loop and by using the index approach. Basically, I'm using the array, and for this particular array, I'm passing the index value starting from the 0 till the end of the array. That's it, guys. Let's run this program. And if you see the output, so firstly it is printing white, that's a white, and then red, blue, and green. So this is how you can print the all the values or the elements from the array by using the index approach. Now let's see how you can print all the elements from the array by using the for loop, for of loop in the JavaScript. So simply you can use the for, just enter for, and here you will get the option as for of. Simply select this particular option, and here you need to pass object here. So we are having the colors is an object, that's the array object. Let's pass it here, and here I'll say variable name as element. Then simply I will use the console dot log. Then I will print the element variable value. That's it, guys. So let me add another separator here. So that's it. Now this particular output, the first for loop, it prints 0 to the 9 output, and in the second for loop we are printing all the values from the colors array by using the index approach, and in the third for loop we are printing all the values from the colors array by using the for of loop in the JavaScript. So let's run this program and we'll validate the output. Let me view the output, and if you see the output here, so firstly it is printing all the values, that is 0 to the 9. So this is coming from the first for loop, and we have the second set of values, that is all the colors. So it is basically printing all the color elements by using the index approach. And if you see the third one, so these values are coming from the by using the for of loop in the JavaScript. So this is all I'm having for the for loops in the JavaScript. In this JavaScript tutorial, we are going to see sets in the JavaScript. So here we are going to see what is set and its syntax and examples for the sets in the JavaScript. So let's start understanding about the set. So what is set? So set is a nothing but the object that contains the list of unique values only, or the unique elements. So it does not contains the duplicate values or the duplicate elements. And it is capable of storing any type of value, that is string, boolean, number, and any other object as well. Coming to the syntax, we need to start writing with the let variable name, and followed by that we have to use the equal operator and new keyword. Followed by that we have to add the set. Then we have to add the open bracket and close bracket. So this is how we are creating the object of the set in the JavaScript. And also we are seeing many examples for the set in the JavaScript. The very first example we are seeing how to create a set in the JavaScript and how to check how many elements are there in the set and how to validate the element is present in the set or not. And then we are going to see how you can iterate all the elements by using the for each loop. And then next we are going to see how to iterate set elements by using the iterator. Then finally we are going to see how to delete element and how to delete the whole set in the JavaScript. So let's go to the Visual Studio Code and we'll see all the examples. We'll start with creating a set and we will perform many other operations in the set in the JavaScript. So here I will start creating the one JS file, that is a JavaScript file. So here I'll add file name as set underscore 4.4. Then I will add .js. So that's it. I will open the file. So I will start creating the set object first. So here I'll select and then I will give the variable name as my set. Then I will use the new keyword and I will add the set constructor. So that's it. So this is how we can create the set object in the JavaScript. Now let's add the elements into the our set. You can use the mySet object, then simply call to the method called add. So here you can add. So let's add very first element as JavaScript, and then I will add another element as tester stock. Then let's add the boolean value now. I will use the mySet dot add, and simply I will pass the true as the value. You can pass boolean value as well. In the sense you can add the element to the your set, and this time let's add the numeric value. So here I'll say add. You can pass any random number over here. So here I'll pass the 200. So that's it. So this is how we can create the set in the JavaScript, and this is how we can add elements to the your set. Now let's see how we can find out how many elements are there in the set. So simply you can use the mySet object, and then simply call to the method called size. So this particular method returns you the total size of the this particular set. I will print it by using the console.log. Here I'll say message as total size of set is. Then simply I will pass mySet dot size here. That's it. So this is how we can create the set in the JavaScript. And so this particular line helps you to find out how many elements are there in the set. Let's run this program. And if you see the output here, so it is throwing some error. So let's check out if there is something wrong. So let me clear all the things from the debug console. Let me verify if anything is missing over here. So let's try to run it once again. This time it should work if there is no issues. So still I'm getting the error. So let's read the error properly. So it is saying my set dot size is not a function. So what you need to do is no need to add the function here for the size. Simply remove this part. That's it, guys. Now let's run it. So this time it should work. And if you see the output here, so this is printing total size of the. So let me run it once again. So just I have modified the message here. Total size of set is 4. So that is the expected output here. Now let's see how to validate whether my element is present or not. So let us check in this particular set JavaScript is present or not. So by using the mySet object, you can call to the method called has. So has, you need to pass the element, that means the value. So I want to check this particular set contains the JavaScript or not. Then this returns me the true or false. So that's the reason I will write it inside the for loop so that we can print the output. So here I'll say console.log, and I will pass this particular mySet dot has inside the console.log, and before that I will add the message as is element present. Then I will put the question mark. That's it, guys. Now let's run the program, and if you see the output, is element is present, the output is true because JavaScript is present, that particular value is present inside the or my set, right? So if I pass some invalid data which is not there inside the set elements, right? So this time it will return you the false as the output, and if you see here, the output is false. So that's it. Now let's see how you can print all the elements from the set by using the for each loop. So here I'll say for each, and simply you have to pass the your set object over here in the line number 12. Then so this particular element holds every value from this particular set. So that's the reason simply I will use the console.log and then I will print the this particular element variable value here. So by using the for each loop, you can print all the values from the set. Now let's run this program and this particular for each loop should print all the values from the our my set. Let me just open the console output. And if you see the output here, firstly it is printing JavaScript, then tester stock, then true and 200. It is printing all the values from the my set. So this is by using the for each loop. And now let's see how you can print or how you can access all the values by using the iterator. So it's very simple. Again, let's use the myset object dot values. So this particular values method returns you the iterator type of values. So let's assign back to the iterator variable, and by using that iterator variable, so here I'll say let iterator. So this particular method returns all the values from the my set. Then I'm saving that into the iterator. So again here I will use the one for of loop in the JavaScript. By using this for of loop, we can print all the values. So simply I will pass this iterator over here in this object. Then here I'll say variable name as element. So I can print the element value by using the console.log. So here I'll say element. That's it, guys. So here I will write simply one console.log so that we can separate the output. Simply I will add before the first for each loop as well. Now, so in the line number 14, we have one for loop, that is by using the for each loop, we are printing all the set values. And in the line number 20, we are using the for of loop. By using that, we are printing all the set values. Let's run the program now. And if you see the output here, so this is the first set and this is the second set. So these values are printing by using the for each loop, and second set of values are printing by using the for of loop. Now let's see how you can delete any element from the set. So simply you can use the your set object, that's the my set dot simply call to the method called delete, and here you need to pass the value here. So let's try to delete the 200 value from the our set values. Let's pass the 200 here. So this particular delete method, it returns you the boolean value. If this particular value is deleted from the set, it returns you the true, and if that element is not there or not deleted, then it will returns you the false as the outcome. So I will print it by using the console.log. So here I'll pass this particular myset.delete over here, and after that I will add the one message here. Here I'll say deleted element is. That's it. Simply I'll say is element is deleted instead of like this. Is element deleted. That's it, guys. If this particular element is present inside the set, then it will deletes this particular element, then it will returns you the true as the outcome. Let's run the program now, and we'll pass the invalid element name inside the delete also. And if you see the output here, is element deleted, the output is true because that is present, that particular element is present inside the set. That's the reason that element is getting deleted. After the element is getting deleted, so let's print the all the values from the set by using the console.log. So simply I will pass the my set here. So after deleting the element, only 3 elements should be there inside this particular set, right? Now let's verify the output. And if you see the output over here, after deleting the element, the set size is 3 and there is no 200 present inside the set values, right? So this is the expected output. Now let's see how you can delete all the elements from the set. So you can use the mySet dot, you can call to the method called clear. So this will deletes all the elements from the set. So here I will use once again console dot log, and I will pass this particular mySet dot clear over here. So I will add the message as deleted all the elements. That's it, guys. So after deleting all the elements, once again let's print the our mySet values. So this time it should be 0 because we are deleting all the values by using the clear method. So let's run the program now. And if you see the output here, so very first time we are deleting the element here, and that is true. Whenever we have deleted one element, the size of the set is 3, and after that it is deleting all the elements, then set size is 0. So this particular clear method is deleting all the elements from the our set. So this is all I'm having for the set in the JavaScript. In this JavaScript tutorial, we are going to see maps in JavaScript. So we'll start with what is map, its syntax, and example for the map in JavaScript. So let's see what is map first. Map holds the data in the form of key and value pair, where keys can be any type of data. So it can be the string, numbers, objects, etc. etc. Map has own methods to play around the map elements. So coming to the syntax, so data type followed by the variable name, and then we are creating the object of map. So this is how you can create the object of map in the JavaScript. Let's see what are the examples we are seeing in the couple of minutes. We are going to create a map, and we will see how to find the how many elements are there in the map by using the size, and how to validate the any element is present in the map or not. Then we are going to see how to print the only keys and how to print the only values. And then we are going to see how to print key value pairs by using the for each loop. Then next we are going to see how to print key value pairs by using the keys, that is the iterator. Then next we are going to see how to print key value pairs by using the entries. Then finally we are going to see how to delete any element by using the key in a map. So let's go to the Visual Studio Code and we'll see all these examples over there. So here I'll quickly create a one file called map underscore 4.5.js. So that's it. So let's create the object of map first. So here I'll say let my map equal to, here I will add new, followed by that I will add the map. So that's it. So let me just add the variable name properly. So here we have created a map object in JavaScript. So let's add the key and value pair to the map. By using the map my map object, we can call to the method called set, where you need to pass key and value pair. By using the key, you can access the respective value over here. So here I will add the key name as 1, then I will add the value as Monday, and similarly let's add another 3 to 4 keys. So here I'll say second key is 2, and I will pass the value as Tuesday. Then I will pass the third key as 3, and I will pass the value as Wednesday. Then I will enter the fourth key as 4, and then I will pass the some numeric number this time. So here I'll add 100. That's it. So we have created map object in the JavaScript, and we have added 4 elements that has the key and value pair. So let's see how we can find out the what is the size of this particular map object. So that can be done by using the myMap variable and simply call to the method property called size. So this will returns you the total elements from this particular map object. So let's print it by using the console.log. So here I'll pass this my map.size here, and then I will add the message as total size of map is. That's it, guys. So let's run this program now. And if you see the output here, the output is 4. So that is the expected output. And if you see here, we have added total 4 elements to the map. Now let's see how you can find out whether any element is present in your map or not. How you can check that actually, right? So let's check it by using the my map object. If element is present, that will return you the true as the output, and if element is not present, then that will return you the false as the output. So here we have to pass the key name. So let us check 3 keys present in the map object or not. So basically here we are validating this particular third element is present in the map or not. So let's print it by using the console.log. Then here I will take this particular statement and I'll paste it here. And let's add the one simple message here. So here I'll say is element present. So that's it. Now I will execute the program once again, and this time it will returns you the true as the output because that particular element is present. So if you look at the map, this particular key is present for the element number 3. If you pass the invalid key over here, let's say if I pass something ABC. So if I run this program, the output will be false this time because we don't have the element in the map with the ABC key. If you see here, the output is false. So now let's see how you can get any value, any element value by using the key. So simply I will use the console.log and here I will use the map object. By using this, I will say just get. So set is used for creating the or adding the elements into the map object. Get is used to get the element from the map. So let's get the one of the value from this particular list. So let's try to access the Tuesday value from the map values. So simply I will pass the key name here. That's it. So this will print me the Tuesday as a value. By using the keys, you can access the respective values, guys. So right now I'm using the 2. This will print me the Tuesday as the output. So let's run the program now. And if you see the output, so let me just add proper data here and then let's execute one more time. And if you see the output here, it's a Tuesday, right? So basically by using the keys, you can access any respective value. Now let's understand how you can print all the keys, and then later we'll see how you can print all the values. Now here I'm printing print only keys. So this can be done by using the for of loop, guys. Simply you type for here, then come down and you need to select the for of loop, and here you need to pass the map object dot, then just call to the method called keys. So this will return you the all the keys from this particular map. Then here I'm just giving the variable name as key. That's it. Then I will print this particular key by using the console.log. So here I'll say key. That's it, guys. Now I will run this program, and this particular for loop will print me the all these keys 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's run this program. And if you see the output here, so after the Tuesday, it is printing all the keys 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is how you can print all the keys. Now let's see how you can print all the values from the map. Sorry guys, here I'm just writing print only values. So this is how you can access all the keys from the map. Now we will see how you can access all the values from the map. So simply here I'll say for of loop. Then in the similar way, how we have done it for the keys, we will do it in the similar fashion. Instead of keys, we will be calling to the method called values. So here I'll say map, my map dot values. So previously we called keys. By using that we got all the keys. Here I'm calling to the method called values that will return you the all the values. That's it, guys. So here I'll say console.log once again. Then I will print the value, variable value. So that's it. So here I will just write one console.log, and that prints something like this in the output so that we can see the difference. So here I'll say before the keys printing also. Now let's run the program. So this time our second for loop will print all the values here. And if you see the output here, firstly it is printing all the keys, and then followed by that you can see all the values from the our map object, right? So far you have seen how to create the map object in JavaScript, and also you have seen how to access all the keys and how to access the all the values. So now let's see how you can access the both key and values by using the three approaches. The very first one is by using the for each you can access key and value pair, and second one is by using the keys, that is the iterator approach, and the third approach is by using the entries we can access all the keys and respective values. So let's see how you can access the key and value pair by using the for each loop first. So here I'll say for each and simply select that particular for each. And in the line number 27, simply specify the our map object. So here I'll say my map dot for each, and simply I will delete this element, and in the bracket here I'll say key comma value. So that's it. Now I will come back inside the our for each loop. So here I'll print the output in the console output. So that's the reason here I'll say console dot log. So we are trying to print the key and value both together. So here I'll say first key, and followed by that I want to print the colon in between, then followed by that I want to print the value. So simply I'll pass this particular value over here. That's it. So let's add this particular statement, line number 20 here before the for each, before printing the key and value pair. So now let's run the program. So this particular for each loop will print us the all the keys and respective values from the map. And if you see the output over here, sorry guys. So firstly it is printing Monday and the 1. So it is actually printing in a reverse order. So firstly it is printing the value followed by the key, right? Second value is Tuesday and 2, Wednesday and 3. So let's try to format this output data. So I will go here. So what I will do is simply I will swap this particular thing. So firstly I will add the value, and followed by that I will specify the key here. That's it. But the way we are printing in this console.log, it remains same. Now this time it should print properly. So I will run the same program once again. So let's look at the output. And now this time it is printing properly, right? So firstly it is printing the key, and followed by that colon and the value. So it is printing all the 4 keys and the respective value. So this is the first way how you can access the map elements. Now the second approach is by using the keys, how you can access the key and value pair from the map. So let's see how we can do that. So simply you type for of loop here, select the for of loop, and here you need to use the map object dot call to the method called keys. So this will returns me the all the keys. If I'm having the key, I can access the respective value, right? If you see the line number 12, we have discussed how you can access respective value by using the key, right? So here we are accessing the Tuesday value by using the to key. In a similar way, in this second approach of accessing the key and value pair, I'm using all the keys first, and I'll take one by one all the keys, and by using this key I will print the key and value pair by using the console.log. So here I will print this particular key, and then I will add the colon, and after that, so if I need to access the any map value by using the key, I need to use the map object, and inside that, so simply you can say get. And if you look at here, for creating the map elements, we are using the set method to get the map element values. That means by using the key, if we are accessing the respective value, we are using the get as a method, right? So simply I'm using the get method here. Then I'm passing this particular key. So that's it. So let's add this particular console.log before printing any key value pairs by using the iterator approach. Now I will once again run the program, and if you see the output, last output, so this is printing from our using the iterator approach. And if you see the first output, so this output is printed by our for each approach. Now let's see the third approach, how you can print all the keys and values from the map. So what you can do is simply you can use the for of loop, and here by using the map object. So here I'll say my map dot entries. So this particular method returns key and value pair. So that's the reason here I'll assign. So here I'll assign back in the square brackets as the key and the value. That's it, guys. Whenever this particular entries method returns to the data, it will always give us the data in the format of key and value. And we have to take this particular key and value and print in the console. So let's do that by using the console.log. So here I'll say console.log and followed by that in the single quotation. So simply I will add dollar symbol and two floor brackets, and here I'll say equal to. In the similar way, I will add another dollar symbol followed by floor brackets. So here simply I will pass the key and value. So I'll copy this key and I'll paste it here, and in the similar way I will do it for the value also. So that's it, guys. Now let's run the program, and this should print us the key and value pair by using the third approach, that's by using the entries, how you can print the key and value pair from the map in the JavaScript. So let's view the console output, and if you see here, so we are printing our entries data by using the key and value pair. So we are printing the key and value pair by using the entries, and if you look at here, we are giving the equal. The same thing is printing over here if you look at in the last in this console output, right? So previously we are printing by using the colon, that is one is for each loop and another one is iterator approach. We are printing all the keys and value pairs. So these are the three ways how you can access all the keys and respective values in the map. Now let's see how you can delete any element by using the key. So what you can do is simply use the map object. That's a map what we have created in the beginning, and simply call to the method called delete. And after that, simply you have to specify the key over here. So let's try to delete our second element, that is a Tuesday. So simply I will pass this key over there. And after deleting the element, so let's print our map elements by using the console.log. So simply I will pass my map. So that's it. So after deleting one element, the map size should be 3, right? Because right now we are having total 4 elements. If I delete the one element, now it will become the 3 elements. Now let's run the program and let's verify the output. And if you see the output over here, the map size is 3. So it is deleting this particular element from the map. So this is all I'm having for the maps in the JavaScript. In this JavaScript tutorial, we are going to see while loop and do while loop in the JavaScript. So let's understand how exactly while loop works in the JavaScript. So it will execute block of code as long as the specified condition is true. If you look at the syntax here for the while loop, so we are starting with the while keyword and then we are writing condition here. So as long as this condition is true, this code block will be getting executed. Whenever this condition fails, then it comes out of this particular while loop. So in this case, in the while loop, so basically it checks the condition before going inside this code block. If you look at here, so we are checking the condition here. So that is in case of while loop. Coming to the do while loop. So if you look at here, so this code block will be getting executed first and then later it is checking the condition. So there is a slight variation in the while loop and the do while loop in the JavaScript. So let's see the example for while loop and the do while loop. So simply I will open the VS Code and here I will create the one JavaScript class called while loop. Then here I'll say 4.3.js. So that's it. So here I will create one variable called let I equal to 0. I will assign the 0 value to the I variable and then so let's create the while loop first. So I'm just adding the while keyword and then here I need to add the condition here. So we are going to check the I value. So I value is less than the 10. If I value is less than 10, then you can go inside this while loop and simply just print me the I value. So here I will say console.log and I will print the message as the number is so that's it. Then I will print the I value. So that's it. So here we have to increment the I value, right? So let's increment the I value. So if you're not incrementing the I value, it goes to the infinite loop. So you should not forget to increase the I value always. So whenever you are dealing with the variables, you need to make sure that it is properly work properly we have handled within the while condition. So if you look at this code, so we have declared the one variable and assigned the value as 0 and we are checking this particular variable value is less than 10 or not. So it runs this particular while loop. It runs 9 times. So it basically prints the I value. So first time it prints the 0, then we are incrementing the I value and then second time it comes, then I value it will be 1 and then it prints the 1. So basically it starts with the 0. Then whenever I is incrementing, it will print the 1 and then it will print the 2 and 3 and so on. So it prints till 9 and whenever I value is 10, 10 is less than 10. So in this case condition will be failed, right? Then it will comes out of this particular while loop. So let's run this program and this will print the numbers from 0 to 9. So let's open the console output and if you look at the output here, the output is it is started printing the I value 0 and then it is printing till I value is 9. Then it is coming out of this particular while loop. So let's see how you can implement the how you can implement or how you can write the do while loop. So simply I'll copy this part and I will comment it. In the while loop we are checking the condition in the first line itself, but in the do while loop we are not checking the condition first. We are executing the block of code first, then later at the end we are checking the condition. So that is the only difference in the while loop and do while loop. So if you look at here, so we are starting this do while loop with the do keyword and we are opening the braces, curly braces, then we are ending the curly braces. After that we are writing the condition at the end. Let's run this program and this will also print the same output. And if you see here, so it is started with a 0 and it is ending with the 9. So whenever I value is 10, so simply it checks this particular condition, then condition will be failed, then it will never execute this block of code once again. So this is all I'm having for the while loop and do while loop in the JavaScript.